we're going to start off with is a foundation. Foundation that is a moisturizing foundation with an SPF in it. SPF will help protect the skin, moisture will keep the skin looking plump and hydrated. The best way to apply foundation would be with a foundation brush. You just always squirt a bit on your hand so that you have more even distribution. You fill your brush of foundation, and how you start with the foundation is that you start from the middle of the face and you work outward. Where the problem areas are is the T-zone, the nose, and the forehead. That's where the redness, so we want to really even that out. The concealer always goes on after the foundation. So we're going to go in the corner of the eye, and you really stay close to the lash line. Same thing using the concealer brush. Gives an even distribution. Little trick is if you want to keep your eye makeup on longer, we're going to start off with the concealer on the eyelid. So what it does, it gives us an even base for the eyeshadow. So now we have our base foundation on. As soon as you put a creamy base on it, you have to put powder on to seal it. Using a flat brush, we take our powder and you take off the excess. If not, there's way too much. And then we gently go underneath the eye. Around the nose. So the powder really seals it. To make it easier, instead of using a big brush on the lid, we'll just use your eyeshadow brush. Dip it in a bit in your powder, and put it on the entire lid. So that's creating a good base for our eyeshadows. Finish off a bit more powder. So now you see that any shiny parts on our skin have been totally mattified, and keeping it matte, that's what keeps it in place. I get a lot of questions, where do I put the blush on my face? Most of the time when we get flushed, it's on the apples of our cheeks. So where to find that is right around here. Blush. Same thing, take out the excess powder. You start on the apples of the cheeks, and then you brush upwards. Then you can just blend it with your finger to make it look more natural. A lot of people will put cream shadow on their eye and not seal it with the eyeshadow. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the cream shadow on her lid. We're going to get a light formula, so it's not too opaque on the lid, but it just gives a good base for the eyeshadow. A nice pearl color to give light to the eye. Do it on the lid and underneath the eyebrow. Underneath the eyebrow will give an instant eye lift. When we go for a base and a shadow, we'll use the same color. So as I used a pearl, we're going to use kind of a taupey beige on the lid. Now the shadow really adheres to the lid, and it will stay in place. The liner doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to use an angle brush to smudge it in with the eyeshadow. A creamy formula as the pencil needs to be sealed with the eyeshadow. So what we're going to do is take an angle brush with a plum taupey color, and then after you smudge it over. Creamy formula such as the pencil, we know it's waterproof, but we really want to seal it so it stays in place all day. So I put it on. It doesn't have to be perfect, then I go seal it with the darker eyeshadow. I really smudge it into the lash line, and I pull upwards. I never put an eyeliner pencil under the eye. I just use the angle brush. In the mirror, you look upwards, and it doesn't have to be a line, it just a little smudge to accentuate the under lash. Mascara will really open up the eye. It really gives a lift to the eye and opens up the eye. The trick is you look downwards into the mirror and you pull up your lash. Sweep underneath. And what you want to do is really coat the whole lash, so then after go on top and brush on top. And you always accentuate the corners of the eye by bringing the lashes upwards. So we'll go on top, underneath, sweep up. On the bottom, you don't need a lot, you just sweep the brush underneath just to give the lashes a bit of color. Too much mascara underneath will actually weigh down the eye. 3 products we use on the lips: lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss. Many people put on their lipstick smiling. That's not how your lips actually look when they're at rest. Always keep them natural. Don't tighten them up, don't change the shape. Creating with the lip liner a natural line will give the impression that lips are a bit bigger. So what we're going to do, as I line them now, we're going to fill the lip with the lip liner, so that creates a long-lasting base for the lipstick. It doesn't have to be perfect, it can have little choppy lines in it. It's just to create a base. I'm going to use the Pro to Go. It's a perfect product if you're in the rush. It's moisturizing, but it's also long-lasting. So with a lip brush, you cover the entire lip. Long-lasting formulas tend to be dry. This one's great because it has a lot of moisture in it. And moisture keeps the lips from cracking and actually looking older. If you wanted more of a subtle look, I would just use the whole lip pencil on the lip and then use the gloss that I'm going to be using. The gloss does not go on the entire lip, because if it goes on the entire lip, it will bleed out. So what we're going to do is just put it in the middle of the lip. What the gloss does is that it captures the light. By putting the gloss in the center of the lip, it gives the impression that the lip is a bit more plump. And it will naturally bleed out, so you really just need to put it in the center of the lip. There we go, the mix all done.